believe it or not, it is supposed to warm up today. I got a fiance. Oh goodness. It's 30 fucking degrees outside today. Look at this seat, dude. All frosted over and shit. Like, what am I doing? Why do I subject myself to riding in this shit? All because I know it's gonna be like, you know, 50 something. Oh, by the time I'm ready to leave for home tonight. Oh. I'm completely blind right now. I also have the most ridiculous looking posture when it's cold. Oh. This road is always a nightmare at this time of day, and lane splitting isn't legal anywhere, right? Except for like what, California? But usually I'm pretty cool at lane splitting all the way up that, but there's been a lot of cops around lately, and it's better just to go the back way and keep them off. I got 3 shirts on. I got a long sleeve, then a short sleeve over that long sleeve, then a long sleeve over that short sleeve, and I got a windbreaker on. And I'm wearing jammy pants underneath my pants. Oh, this sucks. Official use. What does that mean? Are you a cop? You might be a cop. And always remember, kids, turn into your own lane. There's no reason to be going all crazy and turning that fucking wide into another lane, man. Use your lane. It's there for a reason. I don't know what it is about this specific road, but the traffic is just always like this, it feels. I mean, sometimes you'll get lucky. Not legal at all in Pennsylvania, so please do not attempt to recreate what I am doing here. Exciting part about today is I'm hopefully buying my first ever full face helmet. Been riding for a few years, feel like it's finally time to have one. Good buddy of mine, he's moving to New Zealand here in a couple weeks. He's got one. He's got a little Bitwell-esque Gringo for sale, extra large because he got a big dome like myself, so hoping to snatch that up. So this is us exiting onto 4 Pit Tunnels right here. If you've ever seen the movie Perks of Being a Wallflower, There's that scene where they're, you know, driving through the tunnel and she's got her head like out the sunroof and stuff. That's this tunnel. That's this tunnel. Apparently Pittsburgh is a pretty big film location. I worked in the Strip District right on Smallman Street for like a year or so. Not very long, but I mean, it was pretty regular to see camera crews and like tractor trailers full of different movie supplies and things like that. It was always interesting. Big to do. But we're not heading to the Strip District today. We're heading downtown, right into the heart of downtown Pittsburgh, inside of what's called Market Square. Market Square is fun. It's, you know, it's a little sketchy, I guess. Some people would claim. Come on. All right, cool. Hey, I was letting you over, but, you know, if you didn't want it, that's okay. Some people think Market Square is a little bit sketchy. And I mean, I don't know. I've just seen different types of sketch. I feel like everything is sketchy is wherever you go, right? Anywhere you go is going to have like a certain level of sketchy to it. And as long as you kind of understand the sketch, most of the time you're probably going to be all right. But, you know, me and Jet, we're in a coffee shop down here, and my fiance is our cafe manager. And so lately we started cooking breakfast burritos for the people. So I've been showing up every day to make burros. Let's hear it run. And here we come out on the other side, right into Pittsburgh. Check it out. It's a view I don't think I'll ever get tired of. Got the stadium over there. Got another stadium over here. That one's the Riverhounds soccer stadium. Oh my goodness. Talking about stadiums, forgot to shift up in a second. Oh, shit. I'm tired. Usually these buses will stop right here. We officially lost feeling in the fingertips. Starts to do that thing where they tingle and they get numb, and then it's funny, I'll try to like shoot a text message right after I get off the bike, let the fiance know I'm safe. And it's like my fingers physically can't move to like hit all the letters that I need. Alright. And into Market Square we go. It might be a big one today. I don't know. I think my off pressure valve is actually working finally. 29 degrees outside right now. Oh boy. But we're here. So I gotta swing in there and start cooking for the people. I love you. Me too. I'll see you in like a couple hours. Yeah. You need me back here by 1?
Yeah.
Okay. You start at 2 at the salon?
I have a spray tan at 2.
Okay, cool. Alright, baby. I love you. I'll see you in a few, okay? Ricky will be at Shadyside at noon. And then I'll come out, okay? Hey. I love you. So now we're heading off to our secondary cafe so I can open for the day. Let's see if she'll start. It's warmer already, which is beautiful. Like, I was asking you if you guys could feel that, but you can't. Can you see it? Look at her stutter step, dude. And that's why I don't love riding when it's cold out, because the bike just runs a little bit fussy. It's probably running too lean as it is. And then once I, you know, add a shit ton of cold air to the mixture. I mean, when we left the house this morning, it was 29 degrees, so it was a below freezing ride. We're probably at like 40 now. Sun shining, which is nice, but it's just that first gear. She's like, it's hard to figure out like the sweet spot of how much fuel she wants. That sun is bright. About max speed for the Savage right here. Oh yeah. This road full of crazy bumps. Oh, like that one right there. I'm pretty sure every time I hit that one, at some point, both tires are off the ground simultaneously. I feel like a lot of people start riding motorcycles because they want to, and then you start figuring out what all the little perks are of riding a bike. And you know, riding in the city isn't necessarily the kind of riding I want to do, but I will say, like, being able to get through the city on something that's a little bit smaller, a little bit more fuel efficient, you know, something that if I had to, I could get up on a sidewalk and keep it pushing, you know. So that scared me. I thought he was coming over. But the best part about riding a bike in the city is parking becomes a whole new game. I mean, shit, we pay anywhere from like $20 to $45 a day just to park our vehicles. And that's like our whole first hour of coffee service just absolutely gone, right? Like, we're losing money before we're making money, but when I get to take the bike, I know all these little secret places that I can stash it and post up, and then I don't have to pay anything for parking, which is, I think if we really think about it, it's just a intelligent business venture, right? The shield is so foggy. I'm really, really looking forward to getting this new helmet today. I've been wanting a Bitwell Gringo for quite a while now. And every helmet that I have, I've never actually like gone out and bought myself a nice helmet. I've either acquired them randomly or paid very cheap prices for them. The one I'm actually wearing now was given to me by a Hungarian man named Tibor. And Tibor was a pretty cool guy. I used to work at this coffee shop in, well, I guess you would call it Phoenix, Peoria, somewhere around there. And I guess it's more Peoria than anything. But regardless, I used to work at this coffee shop, and there were these 3 gentlemen from Hungary who would be at the shop super late at night, and it was a 24-hour coffee shop. It was an old Jiffy Lube that had been converted into a dual drive-through and walk-up window coffee shop, and we were open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, which was crazy. But anyways, Tibor and Christoph and another guy, I think his name was Greg. He never really talked. I don't remember him too well. They were always there at nighttime, and they would sit and they would play chess and eat cheese quesadillas. Yeah, we were a coffee shop that made cheese quesadillas. I didn't say it was a good coffee shop, all right? It just was a coffee shop. And Tibor asked me one day, he knew I had my motorcycle license, and he went out and bought himself a little moped. And he asked me one day, hey man, you know, I just got this moped. Can you come out with me and can we go pick this thing up, and will you take it back to my house, and then, you know, I'll drive you back to the shop and you can go home from there. And I was like, you know what, Tibor, yeah, of course. And I do little busy errands for these dudes all the time. I did a full bathroom demolition with one of them. I helped install garage door panels with another. They were just the type of dudes who were always eager to give a young kid like me at the time some work. And I was always very happy to take it, because during the time I was saving up to buy, you know, my first motorcycle. So Tibor asked me if I can come pick up this moped with him, and we go and we show up to this apartment complex, and we get the bike, and it's kind of a whole ordeal. We like met the dude at a U-Haul, got the bike. I talked to Tibor, was able to get him to knock the price down a little bit, and I saddled up and rode this little moped down the I-10, arguably one of the busiest and fastest freeways in Arizona. I think if I remember right, the posted speed limit is like 70 miles an hour, and maximum, I think that thing was doing like 40. But yeah, so anyways, I brought it to his house, and he paid me in 4 Hungarian sausages and this helmet that I'm wearing right now. So shout out to Tibor for keeping my noggin safe, and at the time my belly full. He's a good dude. But yeah, ever since I saw the Bitwells, I really wanted one. Just think they're nice. They're kind of the style that I'm looking for, you know. Seems like a Bitwell helmet just goes well with the aesthetic of chopper culture in totality. But instead of buying myself one for Christmas a couple years ago, I bought my fiance her first Bitwell helmet, and it's nice. I ended up having one of our tattoo artist homies custom paint her nickname on the side of it, and it looks pretty damn cool. And ever since I got it for her, man, I've been jealous of it. She looks so good on the back of the bike with that helmet, and I was like, you know what? I think I need to get myself one. And Bitwell was running their little 30% off sale recently, and I almost picked one up, but glad I didn't, because the homie's got one and he's got it at a really good price. It's also the same homie who hooked me up with this GoPro, and he gave me this GoPro for free. So I'm stoked that I'm able to at least, you know, buy something from him and chuck him a little cash. because it was a very generous gift to get hooked up with this GoPro. The other thing that will be cool about this Bitwell helmet is it'll give me the option to see if I do want to end up chin mounting this camera like a lot of folks do. So now we're over down by Pitt's campus. We're over by all the sorority, or maybe it's Carnegie Mellon. I think we're at Carnegie Mellon's campus. You got all the sorority and frat houses over here. We're in a very big college area here. We've got Carnegie Mellon, we've got Pitt, we've got Chatham University. Over in downtown where we just were, we got Point Park. A lot of student life out here, and apparently these kids are pretty damn smart. I guess Carnegie Mellon is a pretty highly rated institute of education, and you know, Pitt's a D1 football team school, so I'm sure having a D1 school in a city is kind of an interesting combo. Come on, why are we going so slow? Alright, now we're swinging on down into Shady Side. This is kind of one of the more wealthier areas of Pittsburgh. Super lucky to have a coffee shop on this street. It's kind of funny, man. I own a business and work out here every day, but I definitely couldn't afford to live here. There's always some silly shit happening down here. A lot of weird one-ways, so people never really quite know which way they're going. Let's get a hallelujah for some free parking, huh? This is the stomping grounds here. So we've actually got a second story shop here, which we were a little bit nervous about, you know, not being on street level, but it's worked out pretty good all in all. Here we are. So this is where I hang out Thursday through Sunday. So we're a vintage clothing store, and a full service cafe. Of course the cafe looks like it's in shambles right now. It's because it is. Which means we have 30 minutes to fix this and get the shop open. So I'm gonna get to Rippin, and we will hop back when we pop on over to downtown again. Peace.